Hi, let's look at solving equations. But before we get going with that, let's look at this teeter-totter here. We have Newton on the right-hand side, Hilbert on the left-hand side, and they happen to be weighted the same. Now, look what happens if we would have two Newtons on one side. It goes down. But if we add another Hilbert on the left-hand side there, it balances. Our equations are like that. What we do to one side, we also have to do to the other side in order to keep the equations balanced. So here's a case. X plus 18 equals 35. What we're going to do is subtract 18 from both sides, leaving an x on the left-hand side by itself. So 18 minus 18 is just 0. And then we eventually get x equals 17. So if we would take that 17, put it back in x in our original equation, both sides would balance out. So that's the idea. We're going to subtract something from both sides to find out what our variable's value is. In this case, we're going to subtract 48 from both sides. So I think something's going on here. Oop. So here we're going to subtract 48 from both sides, and we'll eventually get that y equals 49. Now, you can have 49 equals y or y equals 49. Same difference. Okay, this case here, let's take and subtract 17 from both sides. And so that will leave us with 17 minus 17 on the left-hand side and 71 minus 17 on the right-hand side. And again, that 17 minus 17 is just 0, so we can throw that away. And so we'll get A equals 54 as our solution to this, this problem here. Now, let's look at the next one. This one involves decimals, but we work it the same sort of way. Subtract 3.4 from both sides. Now, when you subtract or add the decimals, you got to make sure that the decimal point is lined up. So in this case, we'll get 4.2 as our answer. Another decimal problem here. Now think of that 0.09 with a 0 on the end. 0.09 and 0.090 are the same thing. So when we subtract here, we're going to just think of 3 digits to the right of the decimal point on each one of those, and we'll get 0.047. Okay, next problem. Fractions. Work it the same sort of way. You're going to have to watch the denominators though. So let's subtract negative 7/12 from both sides. Now the denominator is the same, so we can just subtract the numerators and put them over 12. So we'll get 4 over 12, which reduces to 1/3. We divide 4 into the numerator and denominator of 4/12. We'll get 1/3. Okay? Here's another one with fractions. Let's subtract 3/5 from both sides. Now, look at our denominators aren't the same. Now, our least common denominator is going to be 10. So we need to multiply a 2 times the numerator and denominator of 3/5. And then that will give our denominator, the denominator will be 10 on that fraction. So now we can just subtract our fractions, the numerators, and we'd get 3/10 as our answer. Oh, there's our friend Newton here. But what's he going to do? Oh, he's giving us our next problem here, piece by piece. So we get y plus 1/7 equals 2/3. Okay, now in this case, our denominators, our least common denominator is going to be 21. So we have to multiply a 7 times the numerator and denominator of 2/3 and 3 times the numerator and denominator of 1/7. Then once our denominator is the same, 14 over 21 minus 3 over 21, subtract, you get 11/21. Oops. Uh-oh. I think Newton's in trouble here. Run, Newton, run, before it's too late. Oh, sad about this. Well, bye.